And the other thing with measuring, as again, things I've discovered students don't know, because too many cookery books assume you know this, or too many are commercial chefs who they know it, so they think everyone else knows it. And believe me, I know from teaching there's more things people don't know than they do know, because books don't explain it any longer. And it makes me so cross. These people assume everyone knows everything, and they don't. So you blame yourself when something doesn't work properly, and half the time it's the people that write these books and do the cooking shows. They are not teachers, they don't know how to explain, and above all, they're normally working in a commercial kitchen, which does not work the same way as you do domestically. I try really hard to do everything from the standpoint of a domestic kitchen, so I know it'll work for you. And I'm not talking about the likes of Jacques Pepin or Julia Child. They are magnificent. It's a lot of the other cooking shows that are just doing it for the money, and they are so wrong, and unfortunately too many viewers believe them, and then they wonder why they've done everything wrong. One of the things to tell you, and these are silly little things, but I find they're things people don't know. This is a 1 teaspoon measure, and 1 teaspoon is basically 5 milliliters if you're looking at Europe. And I discovered with my students, these are the ones that go up and down. They didn't realize that they could move up and down. They didn't realize that you could take the cover off to clean it. And if you look, it goes from 1/8 of a teaspoon through 1/4 of a teaspoon, 1/2, 3/4, and 1 teaspoon. So that's really good for measuring all the small quantities of spices or baking powder, baking soda if you want smaller. So that's 1 teaspoon. 3 teaspoons makes 1 tablespoon, and a tablespoon is 15 milliliters. And some of these measurements, some of these tablespoon measures will actually show it in the milliliters, which is the European kilo and litre system. And again, it's 1 tablespoon, it goes down through 2.5, 2, 1.5, 1 teaspoon, and 1/2 teaspoon. In fact, no, it stops at 1 teaspoon. And again, ratchets up and down, the lid comes off for cleaning. And then 4 tablespoons make 1/4 of a cup for you. 16 tablespoons make 1 cup, which is 8 ounces. And these are just very basic math that a lot of people don't realize. And again, they're not written in cookery books. And it's a lot better if you're measuring to measure 1/4 of a cup of something than to measure out 4 tablespoons. You're going to get a lot more accurate a measurement by measuring 1/4 of a cup than by doing 4 tablespoons, because each time you do a tablespoon you're going to add a little bit more or a little bit less, and it's not going to be as accurate. And depending what you're cooking, again, it can make a lot of problems and make things go wrong in your cooking, and you're blaming yourself instead of the fact they haven't explained it properly to you, or you never had the classes to tell them. And I know it sounds as if I'm going on and on and on, but I see from my students all these little things they didn't know in advance until I tell them, and I normally get, oh, I didn't know that. Well, no, they didn't, because they've never been told, and it's not their fault. So okay, I'm going to stop going on. I'll see you next time. Take care.